as a PhD, let me just throw out a question here. Does everything look like we are designed, or does it all look like everything is chance and evolution?
Oh, definitely designed. I mean, 100 times over, 1,000,000 times over. And as a geneticist, I mean, somebody who looks at really the complexity of DNA, which is what we're going to talk about today, design in DNA. It's hard for me to understand, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. How can you look at that, all the complexity that's there, and think it came about by random chance over eons of time?
Okay, but this is a question that we get all the time because it's so loosely thrown about today. You know, you hear it on commercials, you hear it on TV shows. DNA, DNA, DNA. What is DNA? And you see this double helix thing.
Right,
but
right.
What is it?
Well, let's talk about specifically human DNA, because that's what we're going to be mainly dealing with today. It's made up of 3 billion base pairs, and it's a twisted double helix. So some people think of it as a ladder that's kind of twisted.
Okay.
That has 2 strands of bases that kind of pair with one another. So this is just a common kind of picture that you see of it. And it's organized in humans into 23 pairs of chromosomes. And we have approximately 20,000 genes, which are instructions for proteins. So that's kind of what makes us up, is the proteins. And that's only about 2% of our DNA, though, which is what's interesting. And it was something very shocking when they sequenced the human genome. They were like, wait a minute, I thought we'd have a lot more of this. And they actually consider the remaining 98% to be junk.
Wow. Okay.
So we want to talk about that, because the central dogma, what we call the central dogma of molecular biology, is that we have DNA and we have instructions in there, and it goes through a process called transcription into kind of an intermediate called RNA, and that eventually gets translated into something called proteins. And like I said, so that's how it works. All right. Okay. Now that looks really simplistic on the scene.
Yes.
And we could spend an entire episode just talking about transcription and translation and how that process occurs, because it's amazing. But what we want to talk about here is how all of this is actually regulated. Okay. Because there's a lot of regulation to control when, how, where, how much, under what conditions these proteins are made in cells in the body. Because obviously we have liver cells, we have brain cells, we have heart cells. Well, all of that information, all of that DNA is in every cell. So how is a liver cell different from a brain cell? I mean, it's only going to produce a certain amount of that information. Right. So how does it know to do that? Right. Well, we've got to look at that regulation, and we're going to look at the design that's there, because it really, that other 98%, so to speak, isn't junk. It's doing something, and it's doing something very important. Okay,
so if you were to think of our DNA as kind of like an instruction book that makes us who we are, when is the DNA created? Is it like, after the baby is, really well formed? Or when is that DNA, our unique instruction book, made?
Well, it comes from our parents. So we're inheriting half from mom and half from dad that come together when the sperm and egg unite and they first fertilize to form that zygote. At that point, you've got a unique individual with all the DNA that they need for life.
You're saying that from conception, it is a unique human being.
Right, it is, absolutely. It's because it's a combination that's never been seen before, because it's a combination between your 2 parents. And so, so it is definitely unique. And so, how we look at that, I mean, obviously we're going to be looking at observational science, looking at DNA, looking at the design, the amazing design that's there. But how that came about really depends on our starting point, right? I don't think any scientist would deny that DNA is complex. Okay, nobody would deny that. But how that complexity came about is what's really questioned. Do we believe God's word, that God created it all, or do we believe that it came about by random chance over eons of time? So even though evolutionists would believe that DNA is complex and that it looks designed, they would call it apparent design.
Okay.
Right? In other words, it looks designed, but it really isn't. Right? Because that's what fits their evolutionary worldview. They don't believe in a designer. They believe it came about by random chance over long periods of time. So Leslie Orgel said this. He's a biologist chemist. He said, "It is genuinely surprising that an organism that has evolved by random mutation and selection appears to be design. The idea is contrary to intuition is true, but to many will always remain ridiculous.
Wow.
So to me, that's very telling. Like, well, it looks designed, but it can't be, right? It's contrary to tuition. It seems ridiculous, but we know evolution is true. And so therefore, according to them, it has to be just apparent design. And I think it really helps us know that this is not an evidence issue. Okay. I mean, Romans 1:20, it's clear, right? But people suppress it. They deny it. So what we want to do, and what's amazing to me being a creation scientist, is looking at all of this and just seeing how, you could even say the DNA cries out, you know, that it has a designer, that it is absolutely designed.